So the Faze Temper versus Josh Bruckner fight just wrapped up this weekend. And after seeing that fight, I gotta say, Temper needs to quit boxing. Like, can I just say, like, out of everybody in the influencer boxing scene, I think Temper has had one of the saddest outcomes out of anyone who's ever joined the scene. In his first ever boxing match against King Kenny, he had a complete and utter domination over Kenny. And somehow the fight was given towards him instead of Temper. And so the commission had to later then overturn it to then give him the win. And then in his second fight, he goes up against Slim on 2 weeks' notice, who nobody thought was going to beat him because, as we saw, we all thought Temper was a very good southpaw. He had a really good stance, all that good stuff. And all we'd really seen from Slim is that really terrible crap fight from Faze and like the two people who watched his other fights in the Saudi cards. But surprisingly, Slim came out of nowhere and made a name for himself by knocking out Temper in one of the most brutal fashions we've ever seen anybody be knocked out on the Misfit scene. I mean, look at this dude. He's dead. He has died. Like, it was a really sad thing. But honestly, at the end of the day, he did keep fighting. So who did he end up fighting next? KSI. Why, after getting knocked out by Slim, did you take this fight? Like, what did you think was going to happen? Yep, sounds about right. Yeah, he gets knocked out in the first round by KSI's left hook. And honestly, I must say, this is still the most impressive knockout KSI has had on his entire record. And yet again, down. But then, he takes some time off, much deserved, by the way, because after 2 knockouts, you kind of want to, refine your style, and once he started to kind of do that. He knocked out some no-name, and then I think he knocked out this Ginty guy. I think he was at like 3-2 before he fought Josh Bruckner, and Josh Bruckner himself. He's got some experience behind him. He fought back on the KSI versus Logan Paul 2 card against somebody. I'm pretty sure he got the win over there. He's most famously known on the Misfit scene for fighting Salt Poppy, and was supposed to be seen as a really good test for him, only to then be knocked out by Salt Poppy. Like, Salt Poppy really said, hold this one, buddy. Yeah, gone straight across the ring. There he goes. And yeah, it was really impressive. So these two both had kind of a really good matchup in my eyes. So seeing these two be seen together on a Misfits card together, I honestly thought this was not too bad of a match. Obviously we've seen that Josh has struggled against southpaws before with good fundamentals and stuff like that, which Temper in my eyes does have to a certain extent. And on the other side, Temper struggles with orthodox people who know how to use their left hooks. And dear God, did we see that again? However, honestly, this was a bit of a controversial one because I did see later after the fight concluded, people were saying that he got elbowed, and I really didn't see it at first. But honestly, after watching this one angle back, I can kind of see where people are coming from. This does kind of look a little bit like an elbow. I think his fist makes contact with him a little bit before. That's when you see his head jerk and then the elbow comes. So I think it's a little close, but I don't quite think it was an elbow. I think it was a clean KO. I think it was a clean shot. However, it does look very, very suspicious. I'm still not entirely sure on that. I could be proven wrong here within the next couple of days. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. But yeah, after seeing that fight, I really just think Temper needs to retire. I think that Josh has redeemed himself after that Salt Poppy loss, and he can go on to fight people like Le'Veon Bell. I think that's a great fight. But yeah, for Temper's sake, I just don't think he needs to be boxing. Or if he does box, don't fight at 190. Like, I heard, this is a total editor's note. I didn't even realize until editing this video that this fight was at 190. Why is Temper that high of a weight? That dude fought KSI at 170, 175? Why is he that high a weight? That's almost heavyweight. Temper is not a heavyweight. He is a tall, long, lanky dude. He does not need to be that heavy. I wondered why, because it looked like Bruckner was way, way bigger than him. And it made sense why now, because dear God, this fight was at 190. In my opinion, he needs to retire, or he needs to cut way back down to his weight class. I'd say somewhere around 170, 175 at the absolute max. But at the end of the day, I just don't think it's worth it for him at the end of the day, because he's got a whole family to raise. He's got his whole thing with Faze. I think he needs to hang up the gloves, man. But it's really sad, because it's not that he's a bad boxer. It just isn't worth it for him anymore. I've loved seeing Temper on these cards, man. He's a good, entertaining dude. But at the end of the day, it's simply not worth it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Was that an elbow? Was it not an elbow? Do you think Temper needs to retire? Do you think he'll be able to come back and fight somebody interesting? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.